Good morning, children. Sai Ram. Welcome to the last part of History Chapter 10 revision session of the chapter that is 11th Century Political Formation. So, this is the last revision session, children. Today, we are going to start with the Watan Jagirs of Rajput. Now, children, many Rajput kings of Amber and Jodhpur were permitted to enjoy considerable autonomy in their Watan Jagirs. Ajit Singh, the ruler of Jodhpur, was also involved in the factional politics at the Mughal court. Raja Ajit Singh of Jodhpur held a governorship of Gujarat, and Savai Raja Jai Singh of Amber was governor of Malwa. These offices were renewed by Emperor Jahandar Shah in 1713. They also tried to extend their territories. Nagaur was conquered and annexed to the House of Jodhpur, while Amber seized the large portions of Bundi. Savai Raja Jai Singh founded his new capital at Jaipur and was given the Subadari of Agra in 1722. Maratha campaigns into Rajasthan from 1740s put a severe pressure on these kings and checked their expansions of empire. Now let us move on to the next topic, that is seizing independence. So we begin with the Sikhs. The organization of Sikh as political community established the Punjab in the 17th century. Several battles were fought by Guru Gobind Singh against the Rajput and Mughal rulers, both before and after the institution of the Khalsa in 1699. After the death of Guru Gobind Singh in 1708, the Khalsa rose in revolt against the Mughal authority under Banda Bahadur's leadership and declared their sovereign rule by striking coins in the name of Guru Nanak and Guru Gobind Singh, and also established their own administration between the Satluj and the Yamuna. Banda Bahadur was captured in the year 1715 and was executed in the year 1716. In the 18th century, the Sikhs organized themselves into a number of bands called Jats or Jats, and later on missiles. Their combined forces were known as the Grand Army, that is Dal Khalsa. The entire body used to meet at Amritsar at the time of Baisakhi, that is the New Year, and Diwali to take collective decisions known as resolutions of the Guru, that is Guru Matas. A system called Rakhi was introduced. It offered protections to cultivators on the payment of tax of 20% of the produce. Guru Gobind Singh inspired the Khalsa with the belief that their destiny was to rule, that is Raj Karega Khalsa. Their well-knit organization enabled them to put up a successful resistance to the Mughal governors first and then to Ahmad Shah Abdali. The Khalsa declared their sovereign rule by striking their own coin in 1765. In the late 18th century, the Sikhs' territories extended from the Indus to the Yamuna or Jamuna, but they were divided under different rulers. Maharaja Ranjit Singh reunited these different groups and established their capital at Lahore in 1799. The Maratha kingdom was another powerful regional kingdom to arise out of a sustained opposition to the Mughal rule. Now let us understand something about Shivaji Maharaj first. Shivaji Maharaj was born in the year 1627. He carved out a stable kingdom with the support of powerful warrior families, that is, the Deshmukhs. Groups of highly noble peasant pastoralists, that is, Kunbis, provided the backbone of the Maratha army. Shivaji used these forces to challenge the Mughals in the peninsula. After Shivaji's death, effective power in the Maratha state was wielded by a family of Chitpavan Brahmanas who served Shivaji's successors as Peshwas or principal minister. Pune that time became the capital of the Maratha kingdom. So basically, under the Peshwas, the Marathas developed a very successful military organization. Their success lay in bypassing the fortified areas of the Mughals. By raiding the cities and by engaging Mughal armies in areas where their supply lines and reinforcements could be easily disturbed. So, in the year 1720 and 1761, the Maratha Empire expanded. It gradually chipped away at the authority of the Mughal Empire. Malwa and Gujarat were seized from the Mughals by the 1720s. By the 1730s, the Maratha king was recognized as the overlord of the entire Deccan Peninsula. He possessed the right to levy Chauth and Sardeshmukhi in the entire region. So, what is Chauth? 25% of the land revenue claimed by zamindars, and Sardeshmukhi is 9 to 10% of the land revenue paid to the head revenue collector in the Deccan. After raiding Delhi in 1737, the frontiers of Maratha domination expanded rapidly into Rajasthan and the Punjab in the north, into Bengal and Orissa in the east, and into Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Telugu countries in the south. These were not formally included in the Maratha Empire, but were made to pay tribute as a way of accepting Maratha sovereignty. So, because of the enormous resources caused by expansion, it came at a price. Military campaigns also made other rulers hostile towards Marathas, and as a result, they were not inclined to support the Marathas during the Third Battle of Panipat. So, the Marathas developed an effective administrative system as well. Let us understand that. One conquest had been completed and the Maratha rule. Once the conquest had been completed, then the Maratha rule was secure. Revenue demands were gradually introduced, taking local conditions into account. Agriculture was encouraged and trade revived. So, the result of this was this allowed the Maratha chiefs, that is the Sardars, like Scindia of Gwalior, Gaikwad of Baroda, and Bhosle of Nagpur, the resources to raise powerful armies. Not only that, new trade routes emerged within the areas controlled by the Marathas. The Silk Route in the Chanderi region found a new outlet in Pune, which was the Maratha capital. We now move on to the next topic, that is the Jats. The Jats consolidated their power during the late 17th and 18th centuries. Under the leadership of Churaman, they acquired control over territories situated into the west of the city of Delhi. And by the 1680s, they had begun dominating the region between the two imperial cities of Delhi and Agra. The Jats were prosperous agriculturalists, and towns like Panipat and Ballabgarh became important trading centers in the areas dominated by them. Under Surajmal, the kingdom of Bharatpur emerged as a strong state. When Nadir Shah sacked Delhi in the year 1739, many of the city's notables took refuge over here. His son Jawahir Shah had 30,000 troops of his own and hired another 20,000 Maratha and 15,000 Sikh troops to fight against the Mughals. While the Bharatpur fort was built in a fairly traditional style, at Dig the Jats built an elaborate garden palace combining styles seen at Amber and Agra. Its buildings are modelled on the architectural forms first associated with royalty under Shah Jahan. So, children, with this, I end this video of History, Chapter 10, that is 18th Century Political Formations. I hope you have noted down all the important points. Read the lessons thoroughly. Follow the instructions that I have been giving you throughout the year. I know you all must be studying very hard, but still, stay focused. Look at every small details. Even if it is a small sentence at the corner of the book, still read it. Okay? Understand, and I'm sure you will come out with flying colors. So, see you in the next video, children. Till then, goodbye and keep learning.